Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Ascend above. My name is Austin for the ones that are newer. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the daily astrology and looking at the forecast for today. Definitely some interesting energies that are developing, things that are happening today, including the Sun sextile Uranus, Mercury making its trine to Chiron. And we're going to be having as well, Venus is starting to already make its aspects to the North Node. It'll be tomorrow when it's exact, but Venus is already beginning its trine to the North Node in Aries. So these are going to be very key energies to be aware of, and very key things that are happening at this time, right? In your life, in the world, and everywhere, in the cosmos, you name it. So let's take a look here. We're just going to go ahead and dive into the chart and take a look. Not that, that's my timer. Anyways. Oh, it better be on time. Better be on time. You want to know why? Because we're going to have this moon in Sagittarius starting off the day. Now this will be, the moon is going to square Saturn, and it's going to be around 7:49 a.m. Central Time. So you're just going to have to correlate that to your time zone. But this moon here in Sagittarius is going to be squaring Saturn in Pisces. And that kind of is an energy of like needing to be on time, right? Because this is kind of like an energy to where it's like we're ready to go in the morning, moon and Sag. We want to get up, we want to start the day, we want to begin our day with optimism, you know, and with growth and with expansion. But Saturn, the restrictor, is kind of bringing a dull energy to the beginning of the morning, right? This can feel like emotional restriction, or can kind of bring an energy of feeling like isolated or isolation or a heaviness. And this is kind of like I said, this is kind of like traffic. You want to make sure that, you know, some of you may run into traffic this morning, or you may find yourself at a traffic stop, you know, or just things just feeling very congested. But just understand that this energy will pass. You know, I always look at moon transits, you know, they last about 3 hours typically. And around like hour 4 is when the energy kind of dissipates, right? The moon moves a degree every 2 hours. So I like the phrase and the quote, you know, this too shall pass, right? Whatever comes up emotionally at this time that could be frustrating, or that could kind of put a halt to things, or just bring a heaviness or a dullness. Definitely can be dealing with people waking up on the wrong side of the bed. You could be waking up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, your attitude isn't as positive, or other people's attitudes aren't positive. So if other people are acting that way, you know, don't take it personally. They're just dealing with stuff, right? And same for you, right? You could be dealing with stuff as well. But just understand that the energy will pass. We will be having the sun here in Cancer at 26 degrees make its sextile exactly to Uranus and Taurus. So overall, I feel like the day, right? The sun, the day. I feel like the day, there's a good positive energy. I think the only harsh, you know, aspect going on is that moon square Saturn, and throughout the rest of the day we have some pretty good aspects, including moon aspects as well. But the sun in Cancer making its sextile to Uranus and Taurus, this is the time to innovate. You may be finding yourself doing something unconventional for the day, or you know, really getting into this eagerness, or you may find yourself in this eagerness or this willingness to innovate things, to change things, right? Right. We all want change around this time. We really want to revolutionize things. And with Venus now starting to make its aspect here to the North Node in Aries, this is the time, especially because if Venus is making a trine to the North Node, and it's also making a sextile to the South Node. So this is also, we'll get to the Venus part here in a moment, but this is a day to where we can kind of step more into being self-empowered. Take a look back, you know, and just reflect. And at this time, things are going to be coming up. We can integrate things when it comes to relationships, Venus and Leo, making it sextile to the South Node in Libra. There's a deeper understanding about the lessons that we have learned when it has come to relationships, with that South Node being in Libra, and how we can show up in a more empowered way for our relationships, but also for ourselves, right? North Node being in Aries. Aries deals with the self, right? And the nodes represent destiny points, right? The future, where we're trying to go. The North Node, where we're trying to advance toward. The South Node deals with the past, right? So there's a tie-in here of how we can step into being more self-empowered, right? Leo deals with being your own confident authority. It deals with joy as well. It deals with happiness. It does deal with relationships as well, right? And romance. But when it comes to like your individual self, it's your own confident authority, right? Being your own confident authority, right? And exercising your willpower, your self-expression, right? And being more bold and more courageous with that Trine to the North node when it comes to creating and advancing things for yourself when it comes to your future, the things that you like, the things that you enjoy, the things that bring you happiness. So, and Mercury today as well, as we see here, Mercury is at 23 degrees of Leo, and it is starting to, or it has made its trine to Chiron in Aries, which is right here. Chiron being in Aries. So this could also be a day to where we can have very healing conversations, right? Because Mercury does deal with conversations. Mercury deals with the intellect, right? The way we process information, the way we relate, the way we communicate, and the way we can find solutions to things as well. And Chiron does deal with like our deeper wounds, right? That we've all been kind of carrying, and things that have come up wherever Chiron in Aries is in your chart. There's been things that have come up that, you know, has felt like a wound. But the thing with Chiron is it can act as like your greatest gift. If you take a look at it, it looks like a key, which it is a key. It can help unlock your potential, you know. But in order to do that, it's like a deeper sense of healing and awareness has to happen in order for you to really transcend those wounds, right? So it can act as a catalyst for your growth. And with it being in Aries, it deals with your identity, your sense of self, your self-determination, right? Your courage, your strength, your bravery. So we can start to really understand with Venus as well, making a trine to the North node in Aries, the same sign where Chiron is. We can start to understand where we can mature, right? Because Leo is like more of a mature energy than Aries. I'm just talking about the archetypes, right? I'm pretty sure there's people that's like, no, I know some Leos that are really immature, right? And I know an Aries that's real mature. Well, I'm just talking like about like, you know, the archetype. Leo is a more mature energy. But we can start to really mature here and grow here. And what we're learning and growing into is like how to be more confident, how to be more self-determined, how to come from a place of empowerment, how to empower ourselves to start to create the things that we really like and to start to build the things that we really value. And with the Sun sextile Uranus, this is all about a day of innovation, right? And the eagerness and the willingness to step into change, to change things up, right? And those changes will lead to better developments. And with the Sun being in Cancer, there's still the central awareness here with the Sun in Cancer on the roots, on our personal lives, our family lives, home lives, but also when it comes to ourself, it deals with how well rooted and emotionally secure we feel with things, right? And if we're taking out the external, we're just talking about the internal, it's like how well rooted you feel emotionally. There's things that we need at this time, Sun in Cancer, and that we've been needing to do in order for us to have a more secure foundation inwardly. And so we can start to think outside the box, right? And start to step into change, right? Uranus is the planet of innovation and change. You could say liberation as well, disruption, but with the sextile there, it's positive disruption. So that way we can start to develop things further and build more value when it comes to our foundation and to increase the value when it comes to our foundation. So that way when we step into Leo season with the Sun coming into Leo on the 21st, we're rooted in ourselves, and now we have the confidence that we need, and now we have that strong sense of our inner strength being strengthened. That gives us the ability to be able to exert our will, right, when it comes to pursuing the things in Leo that make us happy, right, and exercising like our authority. So that's what we got going on. And let's take a look here. Let's go through the moon transits. We have, now like I said, that moon square Saturn is going to be at 7:49 a.m. Central Time. As we progress through the day at 9 a.m., that's when the Sun will sextile Uranus exactly. And then we'll have the moon trine Mercury around 3:23 p.m. Central Time. So let's actually just fast forward the chart a little bit here. Let's take a look. All right, that's good enough. Here we go. We have this moon in Sag at 23, right? Making its trine to Mercury and Leo at 23 degrees, right up here. And this is actually creating a grand trine, a grand fire trine here. So, you know, this is definitely the time to where you'll probably be feeling a lot more optimistic, a lot more self-determined, a lot more positive, and really wanting to like take the lead with things, really wanting to initiate things, right? You may find yourself more self-determined around this time. And I like this too, because if you think about it, the moon does deal with our emotions, and it can deal with the unconscious. And you have to remember that the sun is still in Cancer, and the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. So when it comes to our inner beliefs and our inner sense of self-belief, we can start to really understand here and allow our logical mind and our logical mind and our intuitive mind to really get on the same page, right? We can start to really process and understand things better here. And especially, this is like, you probably will be noticing people here a lot more communicative around this time, or at least more willing to communicate. And there could be things that come up in regards to like topics that deal with like Chiron and Aries, right? Like, you know, like maybe relating to one another about wounds. Now, I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen, but that could come up, like relating and being able to understand what our wounds are or where our shortcomings are. And moon in Sagittarius is kind of like comedic. So this could be something, you know, this could be something to kind of like laugh about, right? Or like to find humor in. But the humor is empowering. So, but yeah, this is the day, you know, there could be healing conversations, a better understanding of our inner world and our inner processes, and where it is that we can, or what it is that we can do to show up more empowered, you know, and cultivate a stronger sense of belief, and take the initiative with things here. Later on during the day, we're going to be having, let's see here, the moon. I just want to move this out of the way. We're going to be having for the last, oh no, that's it. That's going to be the last moon transit. Whoops, I thought there was one more, right? Because at the same time, you know, if you take a look here, you know, the moon's going to be basically making its trine to Mercury, and it's trine to Chiron at the same time. So, and again, you know, with Venus being here in Leo at 8 degrees, it hasn't made its exact trine to the nodes, but it's less than a degree away. So it's already happening, but you'll be feeling it more. It'll be more exact tomorrow on the 19th. So definitely a day to where we can step into being more self-empowered. The morning kind of starts off with like, fuck, maybe feeling restricted, a little bit of dullness, maybe hitting traffic on the way to work, you know, like, so, but the energy does ease up. It does ease up, and we can find ourselves in a more optimistic, more joyful energy. So, and again, I just want to touch base, you know, this, you know, Venus being here in Leo, making its, you know, its trine to the North Node and Aries down here. Again, this is where we can really, this is where opportunities as well can start to align with our path, or we can step into our path and our destiny even more when it comes to the individual things that we want to pursue and the things that we want to create. And yes, I would say this is definitely a more positive day. I think the last reading the last daily that I did, it was on the 16th. I didn't do the 17th, my bad. But, you know, I think it was a little bit of a rougher energy, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But, you know, this Venus sextile, the South Node, you know, this is integration that's happening, right? Integrating the lessons from the past with relationships, our relationships to certain things that has, in a way, maybe kept us disempowered, or has kind of been restricting us or holding us back from stepping fully into what our purpose is and where we want to go and being self-determined. But this is a day to where we really understand what those things are. We can start to release those old ways of doing things and really start to step into newer ways of self-empowerment and self-determination and being bold and being courageous and allowing ourselves to take the lead in regards to our destiny. So that's what I got for the daily. That's my timer again. That's what I got for the daily. I'm wishing everybody a great day. If you're newer to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Also hit the notification button bell as well, so that way you get notified when I upload your videos or when I upload any video. Yeah, and if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you leave. It really does help the channel, and I always do appreciate the support. I do also, for the ones that don't know, and you just have found my astrology channel, I am a tarot reader as well on YouTube. I'm Austin's Tarot. And I do offer personal services in regards to tarot readings. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and then you can purchase a reading. And you can also subscribe to my tarot channel as well. Check out the tarot channel. But nonetheless, I appreciate you all for watching. I'm wishing everybody a great day, and I'll see you all and talk to you all in the next video.